All right, welcome. This is our first podcast that's recorded.
Yes.
Of course, y'all know me, Garrison Warren, and I have a special guest. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Sherelle Walker, owner of Walker Insurance Agency.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so literally, first time doing this, so please forgive us if it's a little sloppy, but whatever. The main thing is that we started, right?
Yeah.
But just real quick, just want to give a little background. Because we're both in insurance, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're on the PNC side. For those who don't know, PNC is property and casualty.
Yeah.
And I'm on the life and health side. So, Sherelle, if you could just give a little background on how you got into this space.
Yeah. So I opened a property and casualty insurance agency. I'm on my second year.
Okay, all right.
I originally was in health insurance, and I worked for a Fortune 500 company for about 7 years.
Okay.
And I didn't love health insurance.
Really?
No, I mean, so I wasn't licensed for health, but I worked in appeals. So,
okay.
yeah, it was health insurance, but I wasn't
Yeah, you was on
in
the
the
back
sales.
end.
Yeah, I was on the back end. I wasn't in sales. But I loved insurance.
Okay.
Like, I really liked it.
Okay.
And someone mentioned to me, like, hey, have you ever thought about selling property and casualty? And I was like, I never even heard of property and casualty. I knew, obviously, homeowners insurance, auto insurance, and commercial insurance, but I didn't know, that it was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was all together. And
I mean, hey, listen, it's something that
a lot of people don't
everybody has,
know.
and I mean, technically, if you don't have it, it's against the law.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
Yeah. So I didn't know the technical term of like property and casualty.
Gotcha.
So I went, got licensed, and I was like, hey, I really like this. I started working for another independent contractor at the same time that I was working for Cigna Health Springs. So I was like, you know what? This is kind of like a really good business venture. And I stepped out on my own, and yeah, so we're here owning an independent agency.
I mean, listen, that's commendable because a lot of times with everything like entrepreneur and doing your own business, this isn't one of the things.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is
it's overlooked.
And it's something that I think the biggest reason why entrepreneurs fail is it's what they sell, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get too niche to where it's like, all right, how many times can you sell that over and over? Versus
and how much of a need is it?
Exactly. Yeah. So, that's definitely commendable. Just a little background about me. I was in the banking industry for 6 years, Regions Bank, and I got licensed. I got my life license in 2017.
Okay. Oh, you've been licensed a while.
Yeah, because at the bank they incentivize you because technically you could make more money because you could do insurance products and things like that.
Okay.
And plus, like, looking back, if you did want to get promoted, that was one of the requirements.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to be licensed for life in the banking industry?
Yeah, or they highly encourage it because depending on when you got hired, if you was already grandfathered in, you didn't necessarily have to because it was some branch managers without the license. But it's all about when you get hired, and they implement new rules and requirements. So, but I did that and passed first time. And
wow. Oh my God, I passed the first time too.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of people like, hey man, it's tough. It's difficult.
I know. So many people they always ask me like, how do you pass the exam? And I'm like, I literally studied for 3 weeks and I just passed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and like if you just follow the stuff and you do the practice quizzes.
Yeah.
And, after a while, when I just kept taking it and kept getting 90s and up.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
You're like, I'm ready.
But the only thing was that depending on which platform you use, you have to know the content because they'll word it differently on the test.
Yes. Yeah.
Like how you learned it will be this term, but like on the test, it will be something that sounds just like it.
No, they purposely tried to trick you a little bit.
But luckily, I was like, okay, this sounds like that, and sure enough, it was. So, but it was funny because the people there, they have the best poker face. They looked at me, and they were like, "You passed." I was like,
seriously, that was the same thing.
I was like, sheesh.
I know. So for property and casualty, you have to take 2 separate. Actually, you have to take 4 exams, but you have to take a separate property and a separate casualty exam.
Really?
And I took the property part first, and he came out and he's like, I'm like, can you tell me if I pass or not? He's like, I mean, I usually don't tell people until they finish both. And I'm like, he's like, but you passed. I'm like, thank you. Like, that helped me so much. Now I feel even more confident.
So what if, like, is there such thing when people just pass a property and not do it? Okay.
Yeah, that definitely can happen. Now, obviously, I didn't go through the steps because I passed both at the same time. Yeah. But I don't know if you can, like, go ahead and start selling if you don't have both. But, yeah. You got to have both.
So it's similar with the life and health, right?
Yeah.
Because typically those go hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yeah.
But recently, last year, because I do Medicare now.
Okay.
And I went through the AHIP training and all that. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, you don't have your health license. I was like, what? So literally, I found that out on it was like a Monday or Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I literally, got the Kaplan, whatever, studied.
Oh, I went to Kaplan too.
Yeah. So
Kaplan endorsed this video.
So I literally passed my test on my birthday.
Oh my goodness.
But I got it real quick.
Yeah.
Because you already
know the terminology. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got it real quick, so I'm good. But yeah, after I left the bank, because with the bank it kind of got monotonous.
Yeah.
Also looking back, like what I can offer wasn't great.
It was limited.
Very limited.
Yeah.
And yeah, just what you do compared to what you can really compensate it for is way different.
Yeah.
It's definitely a big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, join Johnson Capital Planning. We're an independent firm. We're here in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And we offer life, health, investment management. Mm-hmm. We do estate planning, trust wills and all that. And like I said, I do Medicare as well. So we're kind of like a full service shop, except we don't do PNC.
Yeah. Well, that's where I come in.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me see your notepad.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. This is how we produce over here. But also too, we're at the used to be Knights Inn, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like, this place,
they turned it.
I never thought I'd be in here, but it's a pretty dope setup.
It's really nice.
It's pretty dope. We got the pool over here and
a nice little bar area over here.
Yeah, like folks, my man down there making the drinks.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna go through a few topics, especially that pertains to us, but also just something that our people need to hear, especially millennials. But,
absolutely.
We're gonna start with the best part of being an entrepreneur in insurance. So, kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
How I said, sometimes people are too niche, but sometimes you need to sell stuff that people need.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
And the best part of being an entrepreneur in insurance is actually you got low overhead.
Oh my goodness.
We have an invisible product.
Yeah.
It's invisible, but it's very real. Mm-hmm. So, what's some of the best parts about being an entrepreneur in insurance for you?
I would definitely say that it's a very cost effective business. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we don't